Namaste. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across the planet, around the world. My name is Gregg Prescott from in5d.com, and you're tuned into another In5D Spirit Chat. Today, we're going to be focusing on an article I just put out called One Step Backward and a Quantum Leap Forward. And right now, I need to just quickly change the image picture. I want to remind you guys, too, that Allison Janes is having a psychic get-together at 2 o'clock Eastern. And I'll put a link to that below here. Actually, you can find a link to that on my Facebook page, Gregg Prescott, or on Allison Janes, or on Psychic Alley 121 on Facebook. And matter of fact, here's the link right here. Show it to you real quick. So yeah, Sunday Zoom Psychic Night. It says night. That's only because Allie's in England, where it is night and the evening. So you can check that out. She'll be with Claire Edwards and Destiny Lisa Hill. So be sure to check that out. That happens in about 45 minutes. And that's why this is going to be relatively short, today's Spirit Chat, because I'll be going to that. So it's at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time, and it's only $6. Every time I do these things, somebody always comes through. There's psychic readings, and I think everybody, as up until this point, has gotten readings, and they're really amazing and spot on. So I highly recommend checking that out. Also, speaking of checking things out, let's check out the Schumann resonance. Look what's going on right here. This happened recently, this morning, on the Schumann resonance. So there's some big activity going on. We had like near whiteout, complete whiteout situations going on there. So activity is going on, which reminds me, if you check out those of you who are able to, the high pitch frequency for today is a B major. The B major is the crown chakra. So if you're getting like a tingling in your head, on the crown chakra part of the head, you might even have headaches or some kind of you might feel like a brush of spirit perhaps touching you on the top of your head. Everybody has like different ways of interpreting that, but that's what's happening right now. We have these high-pitched frequencies that are going on in the key of B major that is correspondent with the crown chakra. So it also reflects the planet Jupiter. At some point, you may experience a tingling sensation on the top of your head. It's possible that you may also experience headaches or migraines as well. These high-pitched frequencies are attuning and realigning our energy centers. In today's case, it's the crown chakra. The crown chakra's mission statement is I know and or I understand. Today, you may receive some additional divine intervention and get a knowing out of what appears to be out of nowhere. So, yeah, if you're experiencing that kind of tingle going on, that's why you got some. If you're hearing these high pitched frequencies too, and you're a musician, all you need to do is take out your guitar or piano or violin, whatever it is, and find that note, and you'll know exactly what the corresponding high pitched frequency is, because each note corresponds to a different chakra. The key of C is the root chakra, D is the sacral chakra. So a C sharp would be in between here. It'd be one of those cusping ones that has the energy of the root chakra and the sacral chakra, and so on and so forth. So if you're a musician and you hear high-pitched frequencies, you can figure out what they are as well by just referring to this chart and figuring out exactly what you are hearing. Before we get moving here, just want to give a quick shout out to the N5D Quantum Tie-Dye Shop. Got new shirts coming in. These are the ladies' quantum, crystal, and gemstone tie-dye shirts. There's a total of 14 different gemstones used in all of the 7 dyes, on top of the 99.9% quartz crystal sand, which magnifies the energy. I'll be uploading more ladies shirts throughout the week. I'm putting an emphasis on ladies shirts, but I'm also going to be doing more men's shirts and unisex shirts as well. So check those out. And while we're there, I just want to give a quick shout out to those who have bought shirts since the previous time that I had announced them. And that would include William, Sharon, Stella, Kaylin, I'm sorry, Christina, Julie, Star, Amber, Carrie, and Mary Ann. So anyone that's ordered shirts, actually right through tonight, they'll be going out first thing in the morning. So thank you all there. I also want to welcome our new N5D Patreon family members of Karen, Sarah, Sharon, and Rosalie. Thank you for joining us on Patreon. So if you want to join us there as well, there's all sorts of different benefits that we have and you can sign up for as little as $111, and you get notified at $111 of videos like this, even though it was like the last minute. Sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, you still got notified. You were the first ones to get notified on Patreon. So at $111, you get your name listed on the Patreon wall of gratitude. You get notified of videos like this, and you get to comment on videos like this when I upload them to Patreon. For $5.55, you get all that, plus ad-free articles. And the Insiders Club private chat on Zoom, which happens on the first Wednesday of every month. And then you get all that at $11.11, plus the exclusive mid-month energy report coming out next week will be the next one coming up. So, and there's other tiers as well. So I just want to point those out real quickly. And thank you to everyone who is part of our N5D Patreon family. Much love to you all. And a quick shout out to Phil. Thank you for the super chat on YouTube, Phil. He said, Q Infinity 8 is great. The portal is open. Love it. Love it. Speaking of which, here we go. Okay, so this is an article I just published not too long ago, less than an hour ago, on N5D. It's called One Step Backwards, Then a Quantum Leap Forward. And this is what's happening right now. We are on that precipice. And if you want, you can check out this article. I'll leave a link in the more info section of this video. So as many of you know, I see things before they happen. I don't call myself a psychic because we all have this ability. Plus, these visions simply come to me at no particular time and for no, at the time, particular reason. Anyone who has been following N5D since I first built it in 2009, know I've been saying this for a long time on videos and in my articles. Quote, we'll take a step backwards before humanity takes a quantum leap forward. And here's some of the articles that I've mentioned this in throughout the years. And, you know, here's back in 2015, I did a lot of this, as a matter of fact, and here's like a bunch of articles. This is from What to Expect in the Very Near Future in an article from 2015. We're at the end of a 26,000 year cycle where many amazing things will happen in the near future. Mother Earth has been preparing herself while letting us know that this new paradigm is about to happen, as evidenced by the numerous volcano eruptions, earthquakes, massive land cracks, sinkholes, mass animal die-offs, solar flares, etc. It is feasible that we might take a step backwards in the reconstruction of society before we take a quantum leap forward in evolution. Then here's another one saying, every day we have challenges. This is from the article Transcending Time and Money that I wrote. Every day we have challenges and obstacles to overcome. Consider each challenge as an opportunity to overcome that particular obstacle. Eventually, these trying times will be faded memories of the days in which we were lucky enough to be presented opportunities for spiritual growth. In order to move forward, certain foundations of today's society must collapse. Be assured that our current paradigm is quickly collapsing in order to usher in the golden age. Also pay attention to your dreams because they are closer to reality than what you might think. And yet another article called Despite the Turmoil, Are You Feeling the Love? This is another article I wrote. I said there is a good chance that we will end up taking a step backwards before we take a quantum leap forward. But this has always happened throughout history when empires crumble. In a recent article, globalist George Soros stated something similar is happening in the West. You have a financial crisis where the market collapsed, but has been kept alive by the authorities. People do not realize that the system actually has collapsed. And that's George Soros, the globalist, saying that it's already collapsed. In another article I wrote called Are the Ruling Elite About to Play the Last Card? I go on to say the current economic slave system is broken beyond repair. So it's quite feasible that we may take a step backwards before we take a quantum leap forward in the rebuilding of this planet in humanity's best interest. Well, we've taken that step backwards. Welcome to taking that step backwards right here, right now. This is the dark before the dawn. While many people are focused on COVID-19, rioting, politics, etc., many things are going on behind the scenes. Hillary Clinton was called to face deposition on Tuesday, June 2nd, 2020. And she has to go back on the 9th. So in 2 days, she has to be physically in court on June 9th. This is getting serious. She thought she was above the law. Apparently not. Rod Rosenstein will be facing judicial questions. Well, he already did on June 3rd, 2020. The Queen of England was evicted from Buckingham Palace, and the new king has arrived. And you can read more on that in the article on In 5D. Queen Elizabeth has been evicted. Meet the new king. And there's a link right here in this article. Dolores Cannon has stated many times that what we're experiencing is known as the greatest show on earth, and added that our galactic neighbors are watching closely. Our galactic neighbors and friends let us know they're watching the world closely as they created a COVID-19 crop circle on May 28th, 2020. You can find out more about this crop circle in the following article, Coronavirus. They know they're watching. You can find that on In5D. Here's the crop circle. How about that? Assuming that this is real, they are watching and they know what's going on here. So here's another one too that's really quite fascinating. UFO lights in formation were filmed on a Facebook Live in Pocatello, Idaho on June 1st, 2020. And I'm not going to play it right here, but you can check this article on this video out. In the article, you got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lights that were just hovering here in Idaho recently. So, not only are they watching and letting us know they're here, they're actually here. They're actually here. So you only need to be 51% positive in order to make the shift, according to Dolores Cannon and the Law of One. The mainstream media and society in general are trying to push a narrative on us. Stand in the vibration of truth, love, and light. And don't be afraid to swim against the current. Like Gandhi said, even if you're the minority of one, the truth is still the truth. Many can sense and feel what's upon us, despite the chaos. In the United States, it may even get worse before it gets better. Look for 10 days of darkness or more, could be 2 weeks, but look for 10 days of darkness in the near future as the military regains control of the United States. This is the dark before the dawn. These days we are living in are epic. So a lot going on with what's happening in the news, and this is global. I have a card. I only drew one card for us today, and this is from the Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light Oracle cards. So this card is you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. So you're already doing it. Do not question things so much. You're on the right track. You're facing the right way. Stop overthinking it. It's happening. And you are closer than you think. You are exactly where you need to be, and things are moving at the perfect speed. Do not rush it. Now is not the time to be impatient. Now is the time to walk steady. There is no rush. What you are building is being built. What you have planted soon will blossom. With every day, with every new day, a new brick is being laid. You've come a long way. The foundations are steady. Now that all Now all that is needed is for you to trust and keep walking forward. If a thought that things should be moving faster enters your head, that is just your ego comparing your rising to someone else. Comparison is not your friend. Stay in your lane, water your own garden, knowing that your time to blossom will come soon. So yeah, the saying is you're already doing it. Keep going. So we're on this path. Here we are. We're moving forward. Keep pushing forward. Try not to get distracted by the plethora of distractions that are out there, because there are a boatload of them out there. Before I open up the room real quick, I just want to say, I'll give a shout out to Gabby and Stephanie for doing the readings yesterday with Allison came on, and Allie and I did a little show together. And then we brought people in, and the group did readings, including Phil was there as well. But Gabby and Stephanie were taking lessons from Allie, so they did some free readings. Well, Gabby did recently, but what, about a week ago, week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago. They came on to N5D YouTube and offered free readings. And then Gabby did some readings yesterday, and you can see how far she's come. And in this matter of short time, she's gotten really, really good. And one of the things we're discussing with Gabby is, because she does the light language, when she draws cards like spirit cards, if she gets a vibration or a song into her head, she can incorporate that into her reading. It would be a very, very unique reading that she'd be giving you with the light language. I thought that would be really cool. So anyway, I just want to give a shout out to Gabby and Stephanie for doing that yesterday, along with Allie and Phil. That was fun, and I look forward to it. And speaking of tarot, Allie and I will be back tonight on the N5D YouTube channel, and we'll be doing all the signs. Actually, she will. I'll just be keeping her company while she's shoveling cards. But she's really amazing and very, very spot on. Be sure to check out your last week's readings, because you'll see how accurate she is. And that's not easy to do, especially when you're working with such a large group. It's easier when you're working one-on-one, when you're doing tarot cards, but when she's doing a group, she's incredibly accurate as well. So as I mentioned, at 2 o'clock Eastern time, she's going to be hosting a psychic night with Claire Edwards and Destiny Lisa Hill. That happens in my time. If you're watching live, it's only in 30 minutes from now. So we're going to be wrapping this up within 30 minutes. So I and whoever else wants to join me can go there and check it out. There's more information in the link. So actually, put more information on Allie's Facebook page, or Psychic Alley 21. You can find out the information on how you can join us there. But that would be there. We got things to cover. Anyway, yeah, so join us there. Also check out her website, psychicalley.net, if you're looking for a reading. Anyway, that's what we got for that. And I'm going to open up the chat room, unmute everyone. You guys are all unmuted. How is everyone doing?
Pretty good.
Good. So what do you guys think?
I like the reading last night.
Yes. You can't be free either. She's constantly giving. I love that about her. She just gives and gives and gives. And so when she does actually charge for readings, it's worth it. And not only do you get an hour's worth, she ends up going like hour and 15 minutes, hour 20, hour and a half for an hour, so she's amazing. Really, really good. What are you guys feeling about, what's going on? Do you feel like, does anyone feel like we're on that precipice of taking that huge step forward right now?
I definitely do. Yeah. I've been feeling it intensely. Last night, again, it was really a struggle for me to ever get to sleep, even though I was exhausted. Mm-hmm. And, I sleep a couple hours. I wake up a couple hours now. I sleep, I'm learning how to power nap again. And, the reading I got yesterday, the free reading I got from Stephanie, it was totally right on. And, I just had a feeling I needed to check Patreon this morning, and lo and behold, you're starting a Zoom chat. I go, okay, yeah. That's where I need to be right now.
And this is probably the least amount of heads up I've given on any, because I'm thinking, man, this has got to go on. I got to get this out there. But I also want to go check out, you've been there to the psychic nights that Allie's hosted before, and they're fantastic.
I'm going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
How can I not? I mean, every time I go to one of these things, I don't even get a chance to ask a question. All of a sudden, whoever is, doing the reading is talking to me. And I'm like, okay, I need to pay attention to this.
Yeah, yeah. And you've gotten some purging in, we'll put it that way. Lots of emotional purging in. So that's wonderful. I say congratulations for you for that.
Well,
Katie, what's going on?
Here for a reason. So, let's get this party started. I feel it's time to, I got a feeling in a couple of months, we're going to be celebrating more than we're going to be worried about what's going on. So
I'm telling you, this is a huge month. This month, right? I've been saying it since New Year's Eve. This month is a big month. So it's going to be really interesting to watch everything unfold. Katie, what's going on with you, my dear? Yeah. Are you feeling the high pitched frequencies?
I sent you a message, or yes. I'm living it. It's wild. My whole body is like, really? Wow. Your body has to get used to it, integrate it, work through it, transmute. Mm-hmm. It has a lot of work to do when it's this intense. This is the kickoff. Is what I call this. Today, last night, you felt, everybody's like, feel the eclipse. And I'm like, oh no, you need to feel the kickoff, because the eclipse is actually the kickoff, and the energy from the kickoff is what I always really feel. And we're in it right now. But this kickoff is higher frequency than all the other kickoffs. So this kickoff is going higher than, and so will it go higher and longer, or will it go higher and drop down? Like, when you throw a ball higher, it drops down at a shorter distance. So that part is interesting. The solstice coming energy and the next eclipse energy, everything's pretty tight. So we have kickoff after kickoff after kickoff, and then we have the restructuring or the regrouping and all that from the eclipses. So to me, it'll be this month and next month. I would like to say for all empaths and light workers, please don't expect it to really calm down till start calming down till the end of July.
So it's like a roller coaster ride. We're just, peaking and popping, and just like hills and valleys, but it's all very intense hills and valleys constantly, right?
Yes, it's so different from the past eclipses. It's the other thing that is really different from the eclipse 5 years ago, the Lion's Gate, is, because we're going up to the Lion's Gate now, is the amount of people that showed up for that eclipse And this eclipse, it was the energy that showed up more than the people that showed up, the souls, I should say, not people, but souls. So the energy that showed up way in advance, I didn't recognize it as eclipse because I never had felt anything like that before, and the numbing in the head that you felt too. And that's changing now already that we've had the eclipse. So
wait. So is it the reason that not as many people notice it is because they're being distracted by so much that's going on around us?
part of the reason I think is because everybody has their frequency that they're living in. And if you're bouncing back and forth to 3D too much, you're going to feel it differently than the person that's focused on being 5D, focused on the light, focused on grounding the light, focused on being the light. Everyone has a different frequency. So if they're getting distracted and going constantly back to 3D, constantly energetically getting upset, being upset for 3D reasons, right? Then they're probably going to feel it very differently than people that are trying to really focus on not now. I want to put an exclamation point, or not an exclamation point, but explanation that just because somebody's focusing on 5D doesn't mean that they don't feel and understand the 3D experiences. We've been through it. What we're doing is holding space for the 3D to be uplifted. And there's a big difference. Our heart is full of compassion versus full of disgruntlement and upset and feeling sad and sorry and the lower emotions. Our heart is instead been uplifted, and our constant experience is deep compassion and looking to guidance constantly. So the more you're looking to your guidance, your self-guidance and guides, the more you're going to have a different experience. I'll put it that way.
What do you recommend for people that are going through these shifts that we're experiencing right now and different energy frequencies and are having a hard time coping with it? Would you recommend just meditating or grounding, getting out in nature, anything specific?
Throughout your day, the easiest thing for people, because they are busy, they have lives, they're having their experiences, focus on your breath. Focus on your breath and your step. Listen to yourself as much as possible. Feel into your body as much as possible, because it's going to inform you about what you need. Your guidance is through the breath, through the Holy Spirit. And your Holy Spirit is right there, holding space for you to say, I need help right now. I need this right now. What's going on here right now? How do I feel? By feeling into yourself through the breath, feeling into yourself through the body, feeling into yourself through the step, you're going to get more information than looking outside and being distracted. But you may not, we can't meditate all day. And this is 24/7 right now with these frequencies, these energies. So as much as you can focus on your breath and your step and your beingness, the more informed you're going to be of how to take care and help yourself through it.
I recommend also, not necessarily something this big, but you might want to consider carrying a grounding stone with you. This is a shungite pyramid, and I know I've got a smaller one here.
That's a beauty, by the way. That is a beauty.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's the real deal. That's real shungite, you guys. That's real shungite. He has in his left hand the Russian pyramid shungite. Yes. And you can tell, but from its goldenness, and a lot of the shungite that is not Russian is very plain. there is other kinds of shungite, and that's a really, really good one.
Yeah,
Woo!
actually, you're right, because I did order it. It came from Russia, and it took a while. It took probably, I don't know, 6-8 weeks or something to get, and probably longer than that. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, it could have been more like 2.5 months to finally get it. But yeah, it's absolutely stunning. And I've got these in every room in my house to help fight off EMF and frequencies.
This is my Estone hematite and magnetite from the desert that I picked up. It's naturally molded this way. This is how it plopped into the sand, you know, whatever, you know, hundreds. And it also, magnetite and hematite really instantly ground you. Within a minute or two, I feel my my seventh, I don't know anything right now. My seventh,
the energies. Blame it on the energies.
I'll blame it on anything. Yeah. But I feel my base and my base chakra going off like crazy. My entire hips, everything. So, you know, that's a more inexpensive, you know, way to approach it. And then of course I have stones everywhere.
Hey, did you get that one from Allie yet? Or it probably is. Yeah. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Wow. That's gorgeous. That's huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really, really beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
For anyone who doesn't know, she had a raffle and my husband entered as well. So he went in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely stunning. George K on YouTube is saying, this is exactly what was predicted by my teacher back in 1986. The new age energies as what phased back them do not tolerate fear. I'm not sure exactly what that meant, but he's saying that something along the line of his teacher predicted these energies kind of what's going on right now. So that's kind of interesting. He goes on to say that Pluto and Capricorn will stay in Capricorn until November. This actually stays in Capricorn until 2023, George. So yeah, it's and that's what's bringing about all this change. I think is is a big catalyst into bringing this change upon us is Pluto and Capricorn, because Pluto is the destroyer and it tears down everything that's not in humanity's best interest and gives us a chance to rebuild it. So with it being there until 2023, yeah, we're going to continue to keep seeing some pretty intense things going on in our society. And these are all things that are working in humanity's best interest, because this is Pluto and Capricorn. It's all about the truth vibration. And what we're seeing is the truth is coming out and you can't stop it. You cannot stop the truth. And everything that's happening now, if you don't agree with it, well, chances are it's going to work itself out. So don't put too much thought, focus, and intention into crap that is out of your control. Stay focused, stay on your path, stay within, and everything will work out fine. So what are you feeling about what's going on with this, the energies? It seems like we're taking a step backwards in third dimensional reality, but it also feels like it's almost like a slingshot, right? You got pulled back and we're about ready to get catapulted. I'm not sure how far we're going, but
I think a lot of people kind of waking up to the fact that, you know, yeah, we're being kind of played against each other and realizing this is actually happening. You can see, you know, I mean, how do those piles of bricks suddenly materialize in those major cities, you know, overnight kind of thing? Like, oh, all of a sudden they're there, you know? What's the mob going to use to throw? Well, bricks, of course. Huh? Is that a coincidence? You know, who knows? But I think one reason we had to take a step back was to let people look back and reflect and go, wait a minute, we've seen this happen before. And it seemed to be that there was always somebody behind what was going on that was kind of like hidden behind a curtain somewhere. And that's kind of like all I'll say about that. But I think that's what's happened also.
Yeah, I completely agree. I saw this video of this Mercedes-Benz handing out bricks to black people, and there were white people in the car doing that, instigating this crap. So, and I've said this on in 5D for years. I've quoted it many times in my articles. Once the bottom of the pyramid unites, and that's all of us,
Yep.
the rest will collapse, and that's what we're at, that collapsing point where we can all rebuild society together without the crap and the violence that's going on right now. Unnecessary and definitely not needed. Rosalie, welcome to our chat here.
Thank you.
Rosalie joined us on our Insiders Club private chat. She had just joined Patreon and got the nerve to come out on there. And she said she's going to have the nerve to come on to a spirit chat, and here she is. So,
Yeah,
you made it.
this is big for me because up until very recently, all the work I was doing was behind the scenes.
Mhm.
But I'd like to share, I really am clear that as within, so without.
Mhm.
And within 24 hours of my connecting with the consciousness of N5D, I had an activation, was woken up, I think 1 a.m. in the morning, and words started to come through, which has been happening a little bit recently anyway, in the last month or two. So I wrote down as much as I could to capture it, went back to sleep, and then the next morning, I got a very clear message. You actually have to write this in full. It's time for you to be open to let the message flow. And I've always had writer's block. This was so different. It just poured out.
Kind of like automatic writing, right? Where you next thing you know, it's finished, and you're like,
yeah,
how did that happen?
Yeah, and the way it ended was it said transmission complete.
Wow.
And I have one spiritual group that I felt that would be aligned with hearing what was coming through. And so I did my first post as well.
If you want, send it to me at my article at in5d.com. My article.
I'd love that. Thank you.
Yeah. Wait. Also include a short bio if you have like a web page or just a Facebook page or social networking, Twitter or whatever. Include that in your bio.
Oh wow, end. I don't have that, but I'll think about what I can provide. Okay. Yeah, maybe my Facebook page. Yeah. So what I'm understanding from this experience is just because it's happening on an individual level, I'm really just echoing what Katie was saying too, is the amping up of this high frequency that's coming through and is available. It's like, hold your hats and just go for the ride. So that was my realization. And then I'm really appreciating hearing about how to ground and anchor that in. I could not get centered today. I was all over the place. And as soon as I saw that this was up, then everything settled inside. So I feel like you were calling me, collectively. And Katie, thank you for sharing about grounding crystals. I've got a tourmaline, and I can feel it working. So.
Oh, thank you. And thank you. Nice, lovely to see you. Bless you. Yeah. So good to see you. Exciting.
Hi, everyone. And love to all.
So Rosalie was on our Insiders Club chat. She said she'd come on here more often. She, like just about every one of us, is an introvert, but here you are doing this. You can do it. It's not that difficult, is it? You're with family.
Right. It's in connection with our soul tribe, we can do it all. And that's the idea, actually.
Yeah.
We do it together.
I find that like when I host conferences and I'm speaking in front of a group, a large group of people at a conference, I still get the butterflies and I get nervous, but within a couple minutes, it goes away. You look out at the crowd and it's just family members, really. It's not like strangers. It's all family. And that's That's what this is also. So yeah, thank you for joining us here. And I look forward to seeing what you wrote. So definitely send that to me. And who knows, maybe I'll get it up and published here soon. I've got some other things I need to get going. Katie has some stuff that she sent me. And I've got one from Allison that she sent me as well. So got lots of work on formatting to do here coming up, but can't wait to hear yours.
I'll be happy to do it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Jacqueline, what's going on with you? What do you feel? Do you feel like we're, this is our step backwards? What do you think we're going to take that quantum leap forward? Are we on that precipice? Jacqueline, you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so it is 3:50 in the morning. I just woke up from a terrifying nightmare.
Oh my God.
And was having a conversation last night about quantum leaps. And I feel like I've never used the term quantum leap, and I feel like I'm on the precipice of the greatest quantum leap I've ever made in my life.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Are you okay after your dream?
No, I'm really shaky actually.
Yeah.
I feel very grateful right now that I turned my phone on and this is here. Put it that way.
It's nice. It's
Yeah.
nice.
It was like
Yeah.
infiltration. Like someone just showed themselves to me in my dream that like they've been watching me and they know everything about me. And it's like, I feel really invaded. And then I've turned my phone on and family.
Yeah, you got family here to help you through it. So yeah. Definitely.
Jacqueline,
Yeah.
can I give you a different perspective?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now the cellular shaking is like this. Okay. So there could be a part of you, an aspect of you, right, that has always witnessed you, right? And that witness part of you that has always judged you, always given you a hard time, right, is being released.
Yeah.
Okay, we have the shaking is down at a DNA level.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I mean, we feel it. I feel it at the electricity microcosmically, it's so fine now, and I wake up or I lie in bed and I feel the shaking, not just like I was feeling, a little bit. I'm feeling it like this. And what that does is it's literally shaking everything out of you that is no longer of service to you.
Yeah.
As you allow it. And I shook out night before last some fear. I was awake. I wasn't dreaming. I was in alpha, but I knew what it was. I knew it was a shaking of fear that I had done something different than I normally have done in the past. I stepped up in a different way. And of course, the fear went into me. And I went to lay down to go to bed and it shook out. And I was like, good, let's shake it out. Let's do it. Right.
Yeah.
And my, so my perspective is for you to suggest that you might look at what aspects of me are shaken out right now. That
it was all my vices. Like it was all my things over the last 20 years that whenever I would get to a certain point where I was just about to break through something, that's what I would fall back to. And it was like everything from physical substances and things through to music that I would use to keep myself locked into a frequency. And it just like, it was culmination of everything. It was quotes that I would use. Like it was something using all of my things that I've ever held myself back with all at once. Like, was huge.
Is it possible that you were just purging all that though? Is it possible that that was just you purging everything at once, getting rid of all that crap?
It happens. Yeah.
Yeah. I just walked through about 4 or 5 scenarios very quickly. All of them were, that like I'm still quite shaky.
So now I have another suggestion. Okay. So now what I suggest, and I'll do it today. I'll send it to Gregg if that's okay. It just I'll do a short. We just send it out to the community any which way. It doesn't matter. But I'll do a short. It's like 10 minutes, 12 minutes meditation of your I am light, grounding your, bringing in your I am light, owning your I am light, all that I am light. And even though you could do it yourself, maybe it'll assist you to relax enough to really bring yourself in, because now it's the time to fill yourself with your own light. Because you've purged so much. The first thing to do to me would be, of course, complete the clearing and cleansing. The shungite's really good, but complete it with salts, baths, showers, and grounding, whatever, and then and then bringing in your light and replacing everything that has been released and purged with your own light. All that, but right now it might help you to hear it from someone else.
Thank you.
So we have Stephanie and Gabby here. I was bragging about you guys earlier today about how well you guys did yesterday when Allie and I came on and you guys gave some free readings. I thought that was really cool, and really proud of how far you've come since taking classes from Melly, especially you, Gabby, who came on that first night and did a bunch of readings. You've came so far since that first free reading that we did here on the N5D YouTube channel. Yesterday, you were like a pro. So Allie said there's just some fine tuning stuff and you're going to be ready to go. So looking forward to that. Definitely.
It's been an honor.
Yeah. So as a matter of fact, speaking of Allie, she's going to be going on here in a couple minutes. And
okay.
Yeah. So she's got that chat for anyone that's interested. I'm going to be going to that. And you can find more information on her Facebook page. I think it's the Psychic Alley 121 Facebook page. Let me go to that. Oops. My computer is lagging horribly. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. They're very excited.
They can't wait for that too.
Oh yeah, they love sitting and watching my classes. They think that's great. I have to remind them they have to use their inside voices though, because sometimes not everybody can hear. But yeah, they love hanging out with Allie's stuff, and it's so much fun.
So here it is. Yeah, Sunday Zoom night with Claire Edwards. Yeah. She says information below, but there's no info below. So you got to go to you actually have to go to Allie's page, and you're going to have to scroll down on that. But it starts right now. So
yeah, that's where I'm heading now. So
yeah, Allison Jane's page. I also put a post on my personal page. Scroll down, you can check it out there. I'm going to leave it off at that. I just want to thank everyone for joining us just on this brief spirit chat. Definitely hang in there, Jacqueline. It's actually a blessing. I'm feeling that, this purging that's going on. You do have family here that care about you, and you always have someone to turn to, especially with that quantum leap confirmation that you got. Something huge is happening, and you were picking up on that. So
yeah, I didn't really get to I'm just waking up, like it's just gone 4 a.m. I come straight out of that dream and just immediately turn my phone on, saw this, had to connect. So we were speaking about these quantum leaps. So I feel like the way I was describing it was that I feel like I've run down all these rabbit holes, and every time I've got to a point where I'm like, when you have a thought that's so powerful that you're like, if I go there, my reality shatters forever. I've hit every one of them. There's no other rabbit hole for me to go down now. I feel like all that's left for me is to jump off the edge of the universe.
I had a dream I think you could relate to. I saw this sacred tumbling geometry falling out of the sky, and it lands on the beach. And there's a portal. There was like a portal I had to walk through. If I went through there, I could find out everything that said. It's like it held all the knowledge of the universe in there. But I decided I couldn't go through there because I thought, well, if I go through there, I might not be able to see my daughter ever again. And I stayed on this side. But if I had realized that it was just a dream, I'd have gone through in a heartbeat. But I know what you're saying. I totally get it. You know, like exactly what you said. Having that feeling of, you know, what do I do at this point? And what choices do I make? Right.
That's
I have
exactly
a question. Jacqueline, did you surrender before you went to sleep? Did you do any surrender work?
I always meditate to go to sleep.
So, but was there an intention of surrender in the meditation?
Well, last night's theme entirely was surrender.
Oh, there you go. You
Yeah.
set it all up for yourself. Congratulations. It's
Oh, thanks.
huge. It's
It is.
huge. That's huge. That's a huge surrender. You did it. Now you're coming through it. You'll get
Yeah.
through it real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Years and years and years of work, or decades of work for some people. Now you did it in a night. So
In one night, yeah. And my nighttime, my dream space has been incredible. With this lunar eclipse, these are the biggest shifts I've ever felt in my entire life in the last 3 days. And
Yeah,
they
I
all
can
feel like
imagine.
quantum leaps. Every one of them is recontextualizing my entire concept of reality.
yes, that would be it. Yes, that's what's going to happen to a lot of people. Hopefully, you know, that they're going to have that same experience, whether they, you know, surrender or not, really, because the energy is just shaking it out of them. Well, bless you, dear. And message me on Messenger, and I will send later this afternoon after Ali's thing. I've been doing that meditation every day with my husband, so I'll just record it today and send it off.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bless you.
Keep us
Congratulations.
posted on that, definitely. And on your progress. I want to show you guys this. This is going to be the next one that comes out. This is the ice die for the earth elements. So if you're an earth element sign, even if you're not, if you just dig the colors, this is going to be coming out this week. This is a new shirt. I just released the earth element or regular tie dye. That's the ice die. That's going to be coming out this week. So check that out at in5d.net. Also join us on Patreon.
And your shirt is gorgeous that you have on. My husband just ordered it too.
Oh, awesome. Excellent. Yeah, this is the air element. So it's kind of like the colors you can see in a sunset. So you can find that on in5ds.com as well. I am an air element, being a Libra. Check us out on Patreon.
In time, I will order one.
Okay. Check us out on patreon.com/in5d. Join us on our Patreon family. And like Rosalie did here recently. And I just want to thank you all for joining us here on our abbreviated version of Spirit Chat. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone joining us on YouTube as well. And until the next time, I'm Gregg from In5D, sending you all infinite love and light. Namaste.
Bless you.
Okay.
Bless you, sweetheart. Bless you. All of you.
Love you all.